What's up, guys? So, it's really, really weird not, vlogging every day. But I'm not gonna lie, I think I picked a really, really good time not to be vlogging every single day. I just got a lot of crap going on right now. And I gotta sort through that. And it's stuff that I don't really want out in the general public. Or I would tell you guys, don't get me wrong, I love talking to you guys, but there are just some things that are best to just be mine and my concern. So, anyway, really busy weekend, lots of stuff going on, lots of good stuff. Work yesterday was bland. I didn't do any recording from Thursday till now. Just because, like I said, I need a break. And with that being said, so I know I've talked about rest, right? I've talked about how important rest is, how, all basic human necessity, you need to rest at times. You can go as hard as you want to for a long time. And you can go without sleep. And you can do those things. But the problem is when you go so hard at what you do that you start sacrificing the essential rest that is required, you'll start making errors. You'll start slipping in other departments of your life. And here's the thing. At the end of the day, we don't need to be striving for success in one field. What I mean by that is the fact that we have success in one part of our lives doesn't mean that we're killing it. You gotta get success everywhere, right? And I know that sounds greedy, but it's the truth. You have to be successful in your marriage. You have to be successful in your relationship. You have to be successful in your career. You have to be successful in being a parent, whether that's father or mother. You have to be successful in your overall well-being, working out, eating right. You have to be successful in those areas. And it sounds like a lot, and it sounds like a lot is being asked of you to do that. But here's what I've come to realize. 95% of the time, if you're not successful in those areas, you will always feel like you're lacking. So let's see if I can try to pinpoint them out, right? Work, so your career. Family, so I'm going to say that's being a parent. So work, family, significant other relationship, whether that be boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, whatever, husband, and well-being, which is, working out, eating right, doing right by your body, doing right by your mental health too. So, making sure you're staying on point mentally. Those 4 categories are the most important categories of your life. Because those categories are what keep you together. And a lot of people fail to realize, okay, if you hit pay dirt in 2 of them, that's great. If your career is amazing and you feel like you're being a great spouse, perfect. But you're lacking. You're lacking in training. You're lacking in your workout ethic. You're failing at eating properly. Here's the thing: if you're working, just say you work. And again, I'm not trying to say hours equals work ethic, because I've already covered that. It doesn't. If you didn't see that video, catch it. I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 videos back, something like that. But hours don't equal work ethic. But if you're putting in 12 hours and you're hustling all 12 hours and you're killing it in the office, or whatever your field is. And then you're going home and you're being that amazing spouse. You're cooking dinner, doing dishes, helping clean up the house, and those kind of things. But you're not spending time with your kids. And you're fixing, banquet skillet meals that are like atrocious in calories and ridiculous because it's so processed and the meat you're eating is not even real meat. You're failing. And the thing of it is, you're going to suffer from that failing. Because chances are, if you're unhappy with your body, if you're unhappy with your health, then you're not going to be as intimate, as okay with your life, with your significant other. You're not going to carry the confidence in the office that you need to carry to do better than what you already are doing. Because here's the thing, there's always levels. There's levels upon levels upon levels. So no matter what level that you feel like you're operating at, even if you feel like you're just murdering it, right? You're killing the game, you're doing the best that you can do. There is a level above that. And that's the goal. We always need to strive for that next level. Well, if you're going to strive for that next level, you got to kill it in all 4 areas. You have to. So here's a couple pinpoint things that I've seen in my life, that I've been using in my life to try to get better at. Man, start taking notes. I know, like, that sounds like a college thing, but seriously, start taking notes. Take notes on what you're doing in life. Take notes on your workouts. Like, for instance, like, I got a new fitness band over the weekend. I got, and I'm not sponsored again, because, this is YouTube, and I have to make a big deal about that. But I got a Garmin, VitaSport, or VioActive 3, and it's an amazing watch. Like, it tracks everything. Like, the stats this thing gives me is, like, insane. It counts out my reps, it shows me, like, movement and sleep, it does all this stuff, right? And it's really, really neat. However, you have to utilize that information. The only way you can utilize that information is by taking notes and doing what you need to do so you know what you need to improve on. There's a notes section inside the app. I freaking love it. It's awesome. Notice I am trying to cut back on my cussing. But it's awesome. Like, I can go in there, I can notate, like, how my workout went, why it went the way it went, and then I can start seeing, like, and figuring out what I need to tweak to make it better. Same way with, your relationships. Journal about your relationship. Journal about what you need to work on and how you need to work on it, right? I know this sounds like high school, college kind of stuff, but man, I'm telling you, it matters. It works. Because you can get your thoughts mentally out in order, right? Second thing, big thing. Make sure that you set your priorities. This last Sunday, my pastor made he made a relatively awesome point. There we go. I got a camera. I'm kind of hoping that doesn't carry over into my video. If it does, I apologize. But he was talking about drawing lines, right? You got to draw a line in the sand and say, things have to change. You got to set your priorities. You got to draw that line. You got to make your... And if you have to, make a list. Like, prioritize, actually physically write it down so you get a priority list of what's important to you, what you want to implement in your life, the things that you want to do, and then start applying. Plans don't mean anything without action. So, yeah, I just said that. Plans don't mean anything without action. So if you're planning something out, great. Act on it. Don't just write it down. I know too many people out there that take things, they'll get a calendar or they'll get, some type of app on their phone or whatever to start trying to implement, like put things in that they want to do. Don't just jot it down. Don't just write it. Actually walk it out, implement it, do it. And 3, and this is probably the most important thing that you can do. Listen to those around you that you trust and that loves you. And what I mean by that is, too often we feel like we know what's best for us. We know, we shrug it off. If your significant other says, why do you go out to eat so often? That means they noticed. And if they noticed, that means it's probably a problem. You don't spend enough time with me. Here's the thing I've learned. If your significant other says something about spending time together, or they're not getting enough of whatever in the relationship, doesn't matter what you think. That's how they feel. And if that's how they feel, then that means you got to do something about it. Your kids, kids now, I get, they're needy. They are very, very needy. They want constant attention most of the time. I get it. So I'm not saying to, always bend to the will of your kids. When your kids say, Dad, I want you to hang out, or Mom, I want to spend time with you, or can we watch a movie, or whatever. But make sure that you are listening to them and that you're looking at the pattern, right? So if they're saying this stuff, are they saying it because they just want attention, or are they saying it legitimately because they miss you? They want you involved because they haven't had you involved. You got to start paying attention to these things. If you follow those 3 things, you'll start getting on the right path. You'll get your own rhythm, and you'll kill it. I'm not a guru, right? I'm not some professional know-it-all that went to school to figure out how the best way to live life is and all that stuff. What I am saying, though, is those are things that have worked in my life. Those are things that I've implemented that have been a major success in a lot of different areas of my life, and how I've been able to execute a lot of things. I think that's all I got for you guys today. I'm already at 13 minutes because I like to talk. So I'm going to cut this off. You guys have an amazing Tuesday. Like I said, plans don't mean anything without action. So after this video, or later on this evening, or whenever you have time, make your priority list. Figure out what your priorities are. Start making a plan and take action. Don't talk about it, be about it, right? That's like an old school saying that used to be said all the time when I was a kid, If you're gonna talk about it, you got to be about it. If you're gonna act upon, if you're gonna act like it's a big deal, you need to walk that out. You need to see it through. You need to do that action. All right. I'm letting you guys go. I'm gonna continue this drive to work and get this day done. I got a lot of work to do. So do you guys. We'll get it done together, right? Let's get it.